Lining the tabs up wasn't too difficult. Grab them with pliers, hit them with a hammer. I've got this one welded in, and it was doing well with fillet welds around the bottom and tacked it in the top. But I put too much heat in doing this one. So I had a nice fillet going up the side of the box, but when I burnt the side out of the tube, I've left a little notch there just as a reminder of it. Instead of cutting the whole tube off starting again, I cut a slot and then put a strip of metal in there. So by the time I've welded a washer on, and then there's the battery box and all the rest, it won't matter, but it was a good lesson not to overheat, and also a good lesson that I can just weld a little strip back. I did that before the engine mounts, which are now fully welded, and also just little tack welds holding it to this rail. So that all lines up nicely. So I've proved that concept. I'd really like visible welds here, but they weren't good enough. So I ground back, bad practice because it thins this, which is already very thin. Probably going to chop the bottoms off of these. I might put reinforcing in around the back. So it's still a work in progress, but it all lines up, which is great. If it needs rubber, put rubber in. If it hits the sump, modify the sump. And then, I might cut bits of this sort of stuff up for extra reinforcement. Also want a plate to kind of pick up on the original Austin engine mount. The alignment is plenty good enough. That needs a little notch where I think before I had a gap to the next piece coming down. So, that will need a bit of cutting just to get it in, and then start scribing that again for where the other tube goes. But I can get that frame on and off, so I might be able to do more the other side, but getting close to engine out to progress it. But it's held on its metal mounts now, which is great.